Hi guys, welcome into my video. Today's video is going to be about the crow spirit animal. So welcome in and thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I know my style of recording has been a little bit different recently, and I hope you guys can still hear me, still see me, and I hope you appreciate me still showing up for you. All you have to do is lengthen up the video and you'll be able to see it in full screen. Now, let's talk about the crow animal as a spirit guide. This is an incredible animal to see and a very misunderstood and misinterpreted animal. Now, I've already made a video about the crow animal and what it means when you see it. In my video, I talk mostly about how the crow is going to symbolize transitional moments inside of your life, or moments inside of your life where you may experience changes, right? And ripple effects and things of that nature. But I didn't really touch up too much on the fact that the crow is also a protector. And there's lots of animals that fall under the protector category inside of nature. Even with just birds, you have the American robin, which is like the neighborhood watch. Like that, if you see that bird and it goes one way, go that way, because that's the route that you're going to be protected on if you're walking down a path. Straight up. Like, that bird is truly a protector guidance bird, the American robin. And so does the crow also fall under this category. Now, the crow comes through to tell you that it is going to protect you through a transitional moment, or that you need to protect yourself through a moment so that way you can grow and transition. So a lot of the times people feed into the fear, just like the black cat. People feed into fear when it comes to the color black overall, because of what has been portrayed and projected onto society, the narrative and the teachings that have been taught throughout, over time, and taught in the psyche, really to just stay there and look at black as something that is negative. But black is really about absorption. Black is really about protection, because black is a strong boundary, right? It's dense with all the different hues inside of it. So it has the ability to evolve. It has the ability to stay very sturdy and structured and strong and just really evolve, because it consumes all of the information. It consumes all of the UV ray lights. It consumes all of the colors. Has a lot of information inside of it. So it has the ability to evolve because it has more information. It has more information stored into it, where it has the ability to go throughout different waves and lengths and all of these different things, if you feel what I'm saying. So it is just an evolved, enhanced color. And because of that, it has the ability to continuously evolve and continually build and grow. Now, with people thinking that black is a negative color, and as I just explained, it's not a negative color, a lot of people, when they think about crows, they also think about how if a crow sits on top of your roof of your home, then you are going to pass away, or somebody in the house is going to pass away, and that's not necessarily always going to be the case. Now, the reason why that saying does stay true, and the reason why that superficial thing does still occur and you can see it happening, is because what happens when you pass away? Like, really just ask yourself, what happens when someone dies? They are transitioning into a different phase. So they are transitioning into another realm. So that is a transitional moment, just like the black cat. They'll come through when somebody is about to pass on and transition, because crows also have the ability, just like the black cat, black cats have the ability to open up portals. Crows have the ability to just transition through in and out portals. They're aware of the different realms. As they are still aware of this physical realm and living in this physical realm, they can see and they can feel and sense what's happening or what's about to happen inside of other realms. So it can come through when it sees that someone's about to transition into another realm, because it feels that energy. So it might linger around, right? Now, the thing about transitions is that throughout our life, we're always experiencing transitional moments. We can transition in our relationships. We can transition in our life when it comes to the jobs that we have, when it comes to certain habits that we need to have or need to strengthen or need to change. There are all of these different transitional moments inside of our life. We can even, change our state of awareness and our perspective and all of these different things. And the crow comes through to basically tell you that, you either need to protect yourself through a transitional phase, or that the crow is going to actually come through and protect you through a transitional phase. So, for example, because I've had so many experiences with crows, I can share some of the experiences that I have had. And pour some of that, onto you guys as great examples, because the best examples for teachings and for learning is the experiences you have yourself. So one experience, was with a friend that I had, this girl, and I knew her for 3 years, and it just so happened that every single time I talked to this girl, I always had an experience with a crow. And I knew exactly what the crow was telling me. I knew exactly what was going on, but I was so attached to her because of the experiences and the harsh times that she was experiencing that I just wanted to be there by her side whenever she hit me up, whenever she texted me, whenever she asked for my help, advice. I was just there to help her because I really just felt attached to what she was experiencing, because I'd experienced some of the same things and I had grown to another level past what she was experiencing. And the crow was really there to tell me that I needed to create some boundaries, because she was definitely using me and taking up my light. Even though it may not have been intentional, she was definitely taking up my light. She was never asking me how I was doing. She was never asking me how my life was going. She would just hit me up just to tell me problems and give me chaos, because her life was chaotic and it's not peaceful, and she was hitting me up to basically just bring all of her chaos and all of her drama and just throw it on me, and I was always there to help her. And what ended up happening is, of course, after a while, it started to drain me. And after a while, it started to impact me, and it started to project onto my life. And it got to the point where, especially as an empath, being very sensitive to emotions, you have to have strong boundaries. And it got to the point where I realized that every time I got a message from her, I started to feel fear. I started to feel anxiety. I started to feel all of these emotions that she was feeling, because that was the basis of her text. That was the energetic level that she was projecting onto me. And so I was already experiencing those feelings before even opening up her message, because I knew what was in it already. And that's when, things have crossed the boundary. So every time that I had an experience with her, the crow came through. So long story short, the crow could be coming through to just tell you to strengthen your firewall, your spiritual firewall, your energetic, aura, your energetic body, to make sure that you're doing practices like grounding, yoga, taking time to be inside of nature, taking time to really ground yourself, so that you can be able to really make sure that your aura field is protected and it's strong without any holes in it. Also, to cut people off, because black symbolizes endings. It really does. Because in order for there to be transitional moments, there has to be an ending of a cycle. And so black definitely signifies that. And it was true. I had to end the relationship that I had with her, or I had to at least change the way that I was going about our relationship, or end a certain habit that I was doing inside the relationship. And I've seen this crow pop through even with an experience I had when I was growing tomatoes on my yard, on my front porch. I was growing tomatoes on my front porch, you guys. And what ended up happening is it was 3 days in a row where the crow was waking me up every single morning. Now, on the third morning, I figured out why the crow was waking me up. So when it actually woke me up early in the morning before I decided to wake up, which I'm not a fan of, I was like, what does this crow want? And I was already experiencing a lot inside of my life. So I was thinking it was something else, but I was in for a surprise. I went outside to look in the sky and actually see where this crow was and try to sense and feel the energy of the experience. And what I came to see was that there was a squirrel trying to eat my tomatoes. And as silly as it sounds and as funny as it sounds, it's actually a big deal. If anyone grows fruits, you know that as soon as your fruit gets ripe, the creatures and the animals just come through and they eat it. They eat the only ripe fruit that you have that's ready. And it can be very annoying. So you actually have to have a lot of protection when you're growing fruits against other creatures and animals inside nature, because they need to eat too. And they don't know that that's your yard. They don't care. They're just trying to survive and thrive. So the crow was telling me, that's warning me. It was a warning sign. And when you hear the way the crow crows and growls, it actually sounds like an alarm or sounds like some type of warning. So I shooed the squirrel away. And then I decided to come back inside the home. And when I looked out the window, basically what ended up happening is every time that the crow crowed, the squirrel was making its way back to my tomatoes. And the crow didn't stop until I brought the tomatoes inside the house. So that just goes to show that it's not all bad. When you see crows, it's actually good luck, because it's saying that, hey, you're protected, or there's a hint here for you to be more protected. But anyways, you guys, since it's getting super loud right now, but I don't know if you can still hear me through the person cutting their grass and stuff, but I just want to put this video out there. And another thing I want to say as well, you guys, I notice so much when I make these videos and I talk about these different animal totems and I talk about how to strengthen your intuition and all these different things, people will still comment in the comment section and say, I just saw a skunk, what does it mean? When you just watched an entire video where I was telling you exactly what it meant. Now, I'm not even trying to, say anything mean or anything. I'm just saying that when you're learning, there comes a time where it doesn't matter how much information you grasp. How much information you take in. It doesn't matter how many videos of mine you watch. What really matters is how you are executing. It matters how you are moving forward. Are you retaining the information? Are you putting it into practice, right? So the things that I'm telling you guys to do, like when you see the animal, what thoughts were happening inside of your life? What experiences were you having? And also, what emotions were happening? What was going on when you saw the animal? That's going to further let you know what this animal was pointing towards inside of your life. And it cannot be from a fear-based place, because the fear will just scatter your attention and your ability to tap into your intuition. So if you have fear while you're trying to process animal totems or just go throughout life overall, that's also not going to help you. So you need to ground yourself. I'm talking from experience, you guys. So nevertheless, yes, I hope this video could help you. You guys check out all of my information inside the description box below, where you can find my Instagram, you can find my website, which is very important to visit if you want a personal reading with me, and also subscribe to my channel where you'll be able to get personal readings every single month from me, okay? So thank you so much for tuning into this video, you guys, and I'll see you all inside of the next video. Until then, bye-bye.